it's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck.
Was.
Find new stuff. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Introducing Ice Hot Pro. Ice works fast to freeze your pain and your doubt. Heat makes it last, so you'll never sit this one out. Do Icy Hot Pro with 2 max strength pain relievers.
The banks have free pens. But Marcus by Goldman Sachs has a high-yield savings account with a rate that can earn you 4 times the national average. Then again,
What is up, motherfuckers? What is up, party people?
She knows. She knows that.
What is up, party people?
On a whole new level. From skipping the line for pickup to delivery to rewards for free Chipotle. It's all
Where
the
the
fresh,
fuck
real ingredients you love.
Is the wireless charger? What's up, Jaden? How you doing? You ready for some trucking tonight? You ready for some motherfuckers and some trucks?
Okay, I lied.
You ready for some trucking?
Hands down. From the families that race to the ones that watch us every weekend.
Dude, that interview of Dale Earnhardt Jr. as a kid, he was probably like 13. It gives me chills every single time I see it. I'm sure you guys have all seen it, but...
So you need someone to market your pet toys, but hiring is hard. Well, LinkedIn has tons of great people, so let's find the right one. You need someone to help your team reach your customers. Now we're talking, and help manage the budgets. Oh, right. Predict your future product launches. And help you herd cats, figuratively, or literally. You need one person who does all that. Great, here are 9 to get you started. So you can find the right people.
Jaden, who you think's winning tonight? Who you think wins tonight? I got Zane Smith. I think Zane Smith wins tonight.
They assume they can't afford great insurance.
Here you go.
Here's your mustard.
A surprisingly great race to fit any budget. Call or click to get a quote today.
JC tried game flames for the first time the other day and forgot where she was.
The ARCA race was decent. I don't watch
You can
ARCA,
always spot a
so I
first-time
wouldn't know.
Game Flames user.
It's officially race season. Zane Smith has won at Daytona. Oh, and the crossover. Oh my God, that was a drive.
Absolutely, Chandler Smith. Celebrate this.
Gorgeous Atlanta Motor Speedway.
The 4, watch the 4.
Working hard here, bro. Working hard. You better than him.
It's all 3 of them together. Zane Smith. Wow. Zane Smith taking it home.
Crossover for the lead. Roads to the bottom.
Going to victory lane. That's where I'm going.
Oh, good evening, Sam. How's it going, Matt? How you doing? You ready for some racing? You ready for some truck racing? Beautiful weather tonight, so we don't have to worry about that. But tomorrow does not look good for the forecast. Well, let me double check again.
He's been top 10 in 6 of those 7 races this season. He will start 4th for the race tonight. What about Stuart Friesen? He's still looking for that first win of the year. Had an eventful day, as we talked about, because of flight issues, didn't make it for practice and qualifying. He will have to start at the rear because of that. So, time now for our race picks. We've been talking about it. So, who do you guys have? Who are you selecting for the big picks there, Todd? You get to go first since you were top 10.
We're always fighting for that first pick,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Top
Brian.
10. I get the I'm one of the old guys.
All right, go for it.
If you're gonna give me the first pick, I gotta go with the guy with a hot hand, John Hunter.
Oh.
4 top 5 with the win. He's
Hey,
if they start.
what did he say earlier to you? Going out on a limb?
Yeah, right.
Saying,
Way
"Oh,
to
flies
go,
here."
man.
You gotta take the hot hand, man.
All right. Well, if you're going John Hunter, that means it's out for me, right?
So the race starts at 3 tomorrow, and it says that it's supposed to rain until 3. After that, we're good, though. So it probably would be just a short delay. Nothing really to worry about.
Think of that. All right, maybe. Guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see very soon.
Tornado warning again?
Time now to head out.
That was RJ. RJ needs to get in here. He's a mod now.
Racetrack for our pre-race ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able and remove your hats as the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Advent Health CPE educator, Dr. Zane Smith.
Let us pray. God of losers, winners, and spectators, hear our prayer tonight. Thanks for the great joy we feel as we gather with new and old friends to be entertained. We ask you to bless us as we relish this experience of competition, revelry, and overindulgence. We say, thank you for this great nation. We ask you to instill a new commitment in us for those values that we hold dear as a Christian nation. To do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with our God. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, Major Kari Thompson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
I'm getting closer to racing. What's the intensity going to be like, Trevor, in this stage one?
This racetrack is so much fun. I think we can see.
My fog machine does not sound good.
Absolutely. Sun going down, track gaining.
Yeah.
The IndyCar race is mostly a rain race. I thought they didn't race in the rain in IndyCar. I thought they didn't do that.
To Kansas Speedway for trucks racing. Race coverage starts right now.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series rolls into the heartland at Kansas Speedway.
I love that sound. Engines are fired.
Drivers are facing a more traditional track with this smooth 1.5-mile oval. A perfect setting for fast speeds and close racing. 7 races down and halfway to the playoffs. Time is running out.
Oh, they have rain tires? Oh yeah, they race on the Indianapolis road course, so I know that I don't know if they've evolved now, but they might race rain on road courses. I don't think they do it on ovals though. I think they don't race in the rain on ovals still, which I agree with that decision. I don't like the idea of racing in the rain on ovals. It's just not. It's not racing that I want to see, really.
This is the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Heart of America 200, brought to you by Blue Emu. Only one driver in
What's up, Kenneth? How you doing?
Won here before, and that is veteran Matt Crafton. He's not only won here, he's done it 3 times. Could the 45-year-old Crafton do it again? Don't bet against it. He's coming off his best finish of the season. Another favorite to
consider is 22-year-old Zane Smith, the only driver with multiple wins this season. Smith has been the championship runner-up 2 years in a row. It's no longer a surprise to see this California kid challenging for victory. 19-year-old Corey Heim may be running a part-time schedule, but he is a full-time threat to win. In fact, Heim already has one checkered flag this season in just 3 starts. Today, qualified on the front row for the first time, and his speed is no accident. Heim drives for Kyle Busch Motorsports, and no team is better on the mile and a half than KBM. John Hunter Nemechek carries that flag with pole position tonight. Nemechek has a Kansas Xfinity Series win on his resume. Tonight, he looks to add a truck trophy to his collection. So many good storylines as we reach the midway point of the regular season, and it is an absolutely splendid night here at Kansas Speedway. Temperature still 80 degrees as the sun prepares to set. Thanks for joining us, and along with the 2-time Daytona 500 winner Michael Waltrip, former Cup champ Kurt Busch, I'm Vince Welch. Kurt, you just got off the track in the Cup car, qualified 5th. Well done. What kind of challenge does this track present for these truckers tonight?
Well, the place is fast right now, whether it's the Goodyear tire or the temperatures are cooling off. In qualifying, like all the top dogs, all these dirt kids like Larson, Reddick, and Bell, who's our pollster, they threw in the top group.
At least Kansas gets to use its lights one time. Yeah, I know. It's so stupid. It's like you build all these, you put lights on all these racetracks, and then you don't even use them.
I'm seeing it, and that's what I'm feeling in this place.
You know,
it races. You've got sometimes
it's so stupid. It kind of pisses me off.
You got to make some hay on these restarts.
And you know what's going to be interesting, Vince? This track is going to go through a huge transition as it cools off tonight, and the grip is going to go up, and that's just going to make for more action. These truckers we know are very aggressive, and when you can run 2 and 3, even 4 wide at times at a racetrack, they're going to take full advantage of that. But I'm telling you something, you talked about the dominance of the KBM teams on the mile and a half. So they won 7 out of the last 8 races on these types of tracks. And there's a train that left the station in Darlington, and it had a number 4 on the side of it. It was John Hunter Nemechek. He got the pole there, won the race. And I believe, Vince, tonight it could be John Hunter against the whole field. He's on the pole again, had a really good practice session. So your brother Kyle's got him rolling, buddy.
I'd say you're all in on the 4 truck, that's for sure.
Well, and don't look away from the 18 of Chandler Smith, another one of the KBM trucks, because he was the winner at Las Vegas earlier this season, 1.5 miles, and it's the same tire as these guys are running tonight. Is that an advantage for Chandler Smith?
Absolutely, and the way that this race is going to be part of the playoffs later this year, and you're looking at the leaderboard right now of the guys that are in, and all the way back to DeBenedetto, everybody's got a shot at this, and right now, though, those top 4 have somewhat separated themselves.
And around that cut line, Grant Enfinger, Matt Crafton, Tanner Gray, a particularly important race for them here tonight?
It was a big week for Matt Crafton. He was out of the playoffs when we left Darlington after a post-race penalty, but now they got that penalty rescinded, and so he's inside the top 10. But man, Tanner Gray started off this season in a blare. I mean, he was flying everywhere we went, and since then it's went the other direction. So he's got speed here in Kansas. Can he put it all together and get another top 5 tonight?
Boy, and what a great break that was for Crafton. That disqualification overturned, so he goes from being 24 points below the cut line to 14 above. A big swing indeed as you see this stretch that we're in. We were at Darlington last week, of course here at Kansas tonight. We've got Texas and Charlotte in the next couple of weeks. It's a stretch of 8 straight weeks, but these 1.5 miles really can kind of set the tone for what we see the rest of the season.
They can, and then you still got the new track with Gateway, and then the Sonoma track. Trucks haven't been to Sonoma in years, so there's a lot of new things coming up for these guys, and this is the second half of the season, starting right now.
Hard to believe that we're halfway through the regular season already, so every race carrying extra importance. Let's go trackside.
And now, race fans, here to say those most famous words in motorsports, please welcome the Administrative Director of Laboratory from Advent Health Shawnee Mission, Jeff Schluter.
On behalf of race fans all across the heart of America, drivers, start your engines!
I think that thing needs more liquid in it. No, there's still liquid in it, but not much.
Filling out our team tonight down on pit road, Jamie Howe and Josh Sims. We'll begin with Josh.
Carson Hocevar in the 42 is knocking on the door of that first career win. Back-to-back runner-up finishes. And while he says it's frustrating, it also means that they have a truck that is capable of competing for wins at a number of different tracks. Now, Carson didn't qualify the way he wanted, but after the adjustments they made, he is confident that they will race better than they qualified earlier. And Carson is a guy that is racing for a number of different people today. He's got the names of 12 fallen officers in Flint, Michigan on his truck, as well as his girlfriend, Peyton, who was diagnosed with lymphoma earlier this week. So extra motivation for Hocevar to enter victory lane here tonight, Jamie.
Well, Josh Stewart Friesen is racing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He had a nightmare of a time getting here after a string of canceled flights. He actually ended up spending the night at the LaGuardia Airport last night. He missed practice and qualifying here this morning, but fortunately his Team Toyota teammate Bubba Wallace was on site. He was able to jump into the truck and give the team some valuable information. Now he was able to qualify up in that 5th position after the driver swap, so Stewart Friesen's going to have to fall back in line. But Bubba said the truck is a little tight, but my buddy Stewie, as he called him, he said he likes it that way. Didn't dial it back. Stewart said he's going to take a page out of Kyle Busch's notebook tonight. He said he's watched him come through the field before. He's going to leapfrog.
Y'all can't see me barely.
Hopefully carry it all the way through the end of the first stage.
Well, it'll be a fun night and a fun to watch, that's for sure, Jamie, as we see Stewart Friesen try to come from deep in the pack. All the stars are lined up, getting ready to go racing from Kansas at the Camping World Trucks.
Joint pain was keeping me from the moments I treasure most, but not anymore. Blue Emu gave me these special moments back. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
If you could only eat one thing the rest of your life, what would it be?
Easy. Buffet.
Pretty sure that's not one thing.
Barbecue buffet.
A buffet is the complete opposite of one.
Okay, a barbecue ribs buffet with brats and barbecue chicken on the side.
Hiring is hard, but LinkedIn can help you find who you need, like someone who can reach your customers, manage budgets, and herd cats, figuratively or literally. Well, we have tons of people like that, so you can hire the right one.
Banks have free pens. But Marcus by Goldman Sachs has a high-yield savings account with a rate that can earn you 4 times the national average. But then again, free pen, you get money.
I love how we embrace the men and women of the military that are with us today and how we honor and respect those ones that have passed.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
This is a big event. This is a crown jewel that has tradition and history that surrounds it, and you feel that electricity.
I know we're racing tonight, but we're racing for them, for what they've done for us. The Coca-Cola 600 Memorial Day weekend.
Go.
William, you should see this police show that I saw last night.
Are we investigating the car crashes?
Has your income changed due to COVID-19? Does your home need insulation or a heating system? Zero Draft offers income-based grants honored by New York State for qualifying households. To find out more, call Zero Draft for your free estimate.
It's not just the movement that the dancer is doing or the sound that the guitar is creating. It's how all of that works together. That's the power of flamenco. And you will be moved by it if you allow yourself to receive it.
Big truck accidents often result in significant and serious injuries. Let us protect your case while you focus on getting better. Hurt in a car, call William Guitar.
444-4444. Welcome back to the Heart of America 200 here at Kansas Speedway on a beautiful Saturday evening. So glad you could spend part of your evening with us at this terrific venue.
Yeah, let's check out our Camping World track description, Vince. You can see it's 1.5 miles. The turns are banked from 17 to 20 degrees, and that's why you're going to see them running from the bottom to the top, that variable banking. The straightaways you can see there, 2685 on the front, 2207 on the back. What all that means to me, Kurt? A lot of fun.
I love the straightaways have different lengths here. Sometimes the wind really comes into play, and it pushes a truck, or you have the drag on the other straightaway. But as far as stage lengths, you've got 30 laps in stage 1 and 2, and then that final stage, lots of options that we're going to see because heat cycles really chip the tires here, and your pit window is 50-55 on the fuel.
And look for everybody to make that final pit stop sometime in that final stage once they get into that window, and maybe create a little bit of strategy call as we look at our starting lineup. All KBM front row with John Hunter Nemechek and Corey Heim.
See there, Stuart Prieston. Let's get a word with Stuart. Hey, Stuart, Michael Waltrip, Kurt and the boys up in the box booth. You copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Welcome to Kansas. I'm glad you could make it. Your flight arrived on time, I see, and you're heading to pit road. I just wanted to get a quick word with you. What's it going to feel like going to the back? You going to give us a highlight reel coming through the field?
Well, hopefully we can come through quickly, but, efficiently and keep our nose clean. Big thanks to Bubba for jumping in today. Getting this Halmar 52 with TRD Pro all tuned up for us. Obviously it has some speed, so wish I was starting up here, but we'll do our best from the back.
All right, check your time. We don't want any more delays today.
Here right there, 4,000.
By the way, if you missed it earlier, Stewart wasn't able to get here on time because of delayed flights. Bubba Wallace practiced and qualified that truck earlier today, qualified 5th, but Stuart Prieston will have to go to the back to start the race because of the driver change. Let's go back downstairs for some pre-green reports, and we begin with Jamie.
Well, one driver, Vince, I'm keeping an eye on is Riley Herbst in that number 17 Monster Energy truck right there. He said he lines up in 7th, and it's his first truck race since here in 2019 after what he said was a disappointing qualifying session. He didn't feel like he gave his crew chief enough information to tighten the truck up. He wasn't able to go full throttle in 3 and 4. He's only at about 70%, so he's hoping it'll be a bit better to race because he thinks that the biggest key tonight, Josh, is going to be managing traffic.
Well, Jamie, for the most part, every track we go to is Ty Majeski's first time there in a truck, but not this week. Ty tells me Kansas is a place that he's been and has a ton of experience, 2 truck starts, 3 ARCA starts, and an Xfinity start, so he feels great about racing here. Qualified 3rd. Now, Ty has been steady all season long, 5 top 10 finishes. He said the biggest thing he's learned so far this year is how to manage a race. That means if you got a 5th place truck, you better finish 5th, but don't push it and risk wrecking out because you made a move that wasn't smart. Ty learning quickly and becoming a fast contender here in the Truck Series.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. Very quick in practice and qualified up toward the front today as well. How about our onboards?
We're going to hop on board with Carson Hocevar, his number 42 Premier Security truck, honoring Flint, Michigan's police squad. And you can see he's got the visor cam on there, and that's something that's really fun for me to watch cars. I still want to be a race car driver, and when we show the shots of the visor cam, it looks like I feel like I'm driving out there.
We should just give him the helmet, that way you can walk around with it when you're out in the truck. This Zane Smith's on board, starting P4. Zane's been impressive this year, and this is a type of track where his team is going to work because this track's in the playoffs later on this year. Playoffs! And he's got to get it dialed in as best he can tonight to use that information for later on in the season.
Look how calm and cool and collected he looks right there with that shot. But we know his heart rate's fixing to jump because when they go down to turn 1 after taking that green, it's going to be on. It'll be on in the first turn, and they won't give up till the last turn.
For sure. A little bit earlier, we saw that this is an 8-week stretch of consecutive races, and what a busy month of May it is. Of course, we began last week at Darlington. Oh, what a great week that was racing. So enjoyed that last weekend, and here we are tonight at Kansas Speedway. Going to go to Texas. The Cup guys will have the All-Star race, but the trucks will also run at Texas Motor Speedway, and then we go to Charlotte for that special Memorial Day weekend event.
I'm glad we made it all the way back home in that little plane. We finally landed back in Charlotte.
How about what the task facing Stuart Friesen? He spent the night at the LaGuardia Hotel, LaGuardia Airport, literally in the airport. Got to Chicago early this morning, landed here about 12:45 this afternoon, gets to the hotel for a couple of hour nap. I mean, can he be completely focused and ready for this?
I think so. He's a racer. That's what he does. He races every night if he could. He races dirt all over the country, and he just, I think he's going to relish this opportunity to go out.
All right, y'all, we're going green.
Trouble getting here, but
they're all going to know I was here.
Let's get ready for some racing.
Sometimes you get all like just out of your box, and then you have to just find that zone and find that box again, and it brings out the best in you. So Friesen's the kind of guy that says, you know what, no sweat, no problem.
Well, it's been a good season for him so far. For those who have yet to win, maybe tonight is his night, and what a story that
All right.
would be to cap off his crazy.
And green flag is in the air. We are racing from Kansas.
To start us at Kansas.
It's going to be awesome. I'm going to go with 4 wide, easily. That's how wide we're going to get.
I don't think it's going to take as long to get there. Look at that big swing to the outside by Zane Smith. That's a power move on John Hunter.
Woo. There's a group that's 4 wide off of 2.
There they are.
They're all glued together now.
Well, that didn't take long.
This track with the Goodyear tire right now is so racy, and you're seeing John Hunter.
It is a beautiful night for our race, y'all.
And normally the bottom group is preferred, but the
And I am pumped.
where the momentum has been with fresh tires.
The pole winner, John Hunter leads the first lap with his teammate Corey Heim in tow. The first of 134 here tonight. The first stage is 30 laps.
We're seeing with a power move to the middle, and Nemechek chose the top lane. Heim was on the bottom. This place is ready to rip already.
Zane Smith, they really like this truck. It's the same truck that they ran at Las Vegas, crossed the line second there. Eventually had a tech issue, but this truck is legit in this 38 camp, but they believe this could be a winner for them tonight.
Hopping on board here with Carson and that visor cam, and look at the power move. I talked about the start that Zane got. He's on it right now, going to the bottom of the racetrack to try to take the lead away from John Hunter.
This is going to be interesting with the momentum on the high side, and then the low side. You've got first and second, and then third and fourth, side by side. And this is where you get big side drafts on guys. That's what you're going to see John Hunter do right now. Is he going to be able to hold the lead back? Yes.
Nemechek to the lead. Meanwhile, Heim and Ty Majeski fighting it out for third with Chandler Smith right behind.
Chandler's got a good view of that battle. You can see those trucks side by side. He's riding in their wake, and John Hunter's able to hold off the 38 of Zane Smith. Vince, I thought it was interesting. You talked to his crew chief, Chris Larson, and he said, we got a new truck, and it's fast. It's going to be really, really fast. And there he goes, right around John Hunter for the lead.
That's a lot calmer than I thought he would be as far as like jumping up there, doing the slide job. Yeah, it's a little early for that. But Zane just took it calm and clean.
And one thing Zane was telling me earlier today when I was visiting with him in the haulers, just how much he loves this racetrack. He said, Dover and Kansas, my 2 favorites, and that matters to a crew chief. Chris Lawson was sitting there with me, and he said, I like to hear my driver say he likes the racetrack because his confidence already is present.
Oh, for sure, Larry. If you say you like a place, but if you really like a place, it seems like you got a tenth of a second in your pocket all day long.
And, you know, I think it's interesting. When we were in Darlington, nobody could pass John Hunter Nemechek. And already, Zane Smith has proven he's got the truck to outrun John Hunter with.
Well, I like it right now. I'm seeing the top 5 has separated themselves, but they're all pretty close. I mean, this is with Majeski running fourth, Chandler's trying to reel him in. And you're seeing different crews, different trucks, different teams. And it's a large variety right now.
Ty Majeski out of the Motorsport camp, and this seems like a driver that's about to break through for his first career win.
Right on the verge of doing just that, Vince, and I don't think anybody's going to surprise if he wins his first one. He can't run off 2 or 3 as well.
His crew chief, Joe Shear Jr., told me earlier today, he said, the last couple of times I've been here with Johnny Sauter as his driver, we were wrecking loose. And he said, so I made sure we came a little tighter today. We'll see if Majeski can handle what Joe Shear Jr. has given him. As you see Stuart Friesen already at 13 positions.
Yeah, Bubba said that truck, Bubba Wallace, when he practiced it earlier, they said that truck was a little bit tight. And that's the way Stuart likes it. And that was kind of confusing or surprising to me because he's a dirt racer. He's used to being sideways all the time. But he obviously feels good with this truck moving up inside the top 20 already. Be interesting to watch his progress throughout the night.
Yeah, tight truck in practice when it's hot out and it's slick. That's probably not where you want it. And Bubba did a great check as far as helping this team out to get them through a little flight delay for Friesen. So now, track's up to him.
Early laps for the Camping World trucks at Kansas.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard,
have
Is there a
cancer.
competition
But
caution?
the world stopped.
I don't believe so,
Found a
but let
way
me
to fix
check.
it. For some, this is where their Keytruda story begins. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy that may treat certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer, where Keytruda is approved to be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath.
No
chest pain,
competition
diarrhea,
caution,
severe
but the
stomach
stage
pain,
is at
severe
stage
nausea,
ends lap
vomiting,
30,
headache, light sensitivity,
60, and then
irritable
134.
heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
Raise the flag and fire up the grip because tailgating season starts now. And the best way to catch the action is to be in the middle of it.
Hearing the motors, smelling the rubber, it's a whole experience. You're at the track. You don't have to fight traffic. You're setting your grill up. You're putting your burgers, your hot dogs on.
Start your NASCAR season at Camping World, where we have everything you need for the infield, including brand new RVs for less than $5 a day.
Just a wonderful weekend. Can't beat it.
At Domino's, you can get more than just your favorite pizza. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and yes, medium 2-topping pizzas as well. Carry out any 2 or more mix-and-match items for $5.99 each or get them delivered for $6.99 each.
eBay Motors. They have all the right parts at the right prices. Whether I'm on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels. Let's ride!
Check out the USFL action on Fox as it continues tomorrow afternoon when the Pittsburgh Maulers square off against the Houston Gamblers, 4 o'clock Eastern, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Some summer football.
Got a slow truck on the track, Blaine Perkins. It looks like he has a windshield tear off, being all weird. Yeah, it's not something I've... Oh, he spun out. He spun out but saved it so they stayed green.
28th position.
Not sure if he thought he was clear or not, but it was like, hey, buddy, there you go. Went around for a ride.
And while we're away, check this out as Friesen and Haley Deegan continue to battle. They had a closer near miss during commercial break.
Yeah, it's like when you're as Friesen starting in the back and you start working your way up and you run into these quality trucks, yeah, the passes start to change in the sequence of how you keep your momentum up. And so this is your typical slide down from a dirt guy. Watch this. Friesen throws it at the bottom, and he's like, all right, I'm going to come up here and block this dirty air, and that truck got tight on the 52.
Haley said, not so quickly, my friend.
Yep, slid right back by.
She used her momentum, got right back by, but Stewart has since taken that spot back.
How about is there pressure that Haley Deegan is dealing with? Certainly the results have not been to, frankly, to the expectations of not just her team, but those from inside the sport. Expected her to take a real step forward this season. We haven't seen it.
You know, a year ago, we would have thought she was going to be contending for top 5s and top 10s, and it just hasn't happened this year. So, yeah, she's probably feeling a little pressure, but also frustration, and that's what you have to work through. You know, she has a great partnership with Ford and Monster Energy and everybody that helps her with her trucks, and you just want to put up those results for all your partners, and tonight could be a good night for her, running right along behind Stuart Friesen after he got by her. Just have to steadily work on that truck and get it better and better. And one thing, Kurt, that I was curious about is
we talk about the track going through a transition, the temperature's getting cooler and the track changing. If you're Zane Smith right now leading this race, having a nice handle on the track, what's that going to change as the temperatures go down? Will his truck need adjustments, or will it just keep getting better and better?
Well, that's where you have sometimes you have the shade that comes in and you have to transition, but you can't get complacent with your setup and your feel. So let's go down to pit road. We'll check in with Jamie, see what she's got for us for an update.
We go back up towards the front with Corey Heim, who's running in second right now. He just said to his crew chief, Marty Lindley, he said, it's free. Marty said, copy that. Just get through it. His spotter, Derek Nealon, said, keep that right rear to the wall. You want to pack the air, stay tighter to Zane Smith in the number 38 truck. They said, you are the fastest out on the racetrack right now by 4:10. So don't look at his line. Keep running your race. We're going to get you to the end of the stage. Josh?
Beat during practice, but he's a little concerned on the turn, so the truck feels like it's pulling sideways. He's dropping first, back to fifth. So over the radio, they just told him, do what you can, take what the track is giving you, and they'll get through this.
Yeah, Nemechek started on pole, and he's slipped back to fifth, about 7.5 seconds behind the leader, Zane Smith. 10 laps left in stage one.
Really? You're going to commercial again? Oh my god, this is just ridiculous, dude. I mean, at least it's side by side, but like, come on.
Begins with one single step, but maybe it begins with one single start. Turn, bump, grind, pit, pass, win.
It's crazy what happens on the last lap here.
And celebration. In NASCAR, that journey starts here. I am the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. I am NASCAR.
Summer's here, and with an exciting new Toyota, you can take a trip to the beach, the city, the mountains, the desert, the bayou. I think I'm sinking. Definitely sinking.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Your team is on a streak. A losing one.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. An Indeed resume gets right to work for you, so you can find that better fit fast.
Can you think of a time things didn't go as you planned?
How much time do we have?
You know Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Like how I customized this scarf?
Check out this backpack I made for Marco. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Tomorrow on Fox, a Clayton Thorson leads the Houston Gamblers to the house against the Pittsburgh Maulers. Real football for real fans. The USFL tomorrow on Fox.
Only by sorting through 2 centuries of fact and fiction can we remember the men who've shaped the nation we became and keep the dream of the United States alive.
Kelsey Grammer's Historic Battles for America, streaming now on Fox Nation.
Welcome to the All-Star State, where Texas meets NASCAR for 3 days of racing.
This is the All-Star Race.
Get your tickets now at TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Back at Kansas Speedway, Corey Heim has taken the lead from Zane Smith. You saw it in our side-by-side little battle between the 51 and 38. Heim perseveres. In case you stepped away to the refrigerator, here's how it happened.
A lot went on, Vince. This looked a lot like when Stewart tried to pass Haley. He made the slide job, as Kurt pointed out, and he...
The chat is so dead tonight.
his momentum up, and here comes Zane right back at him.
That's exactly
More
it.
dead
He
than
drove down to
usual.
the bottom and then just started chasing it up the hill, and you would hope that the track would give him a little bit more grip, and it did not. But then he was still able to make the pass. I mean, he's done the best job thus far on this 30-lap run to conserve his tires and to produce the most consistent lap times.
Actually, usually the chat's not that dead, but tonight it is. It's because Winval's not here. He said he's watching like a dirt race or some shit.
A couple of teammates here battling inside the top 10. Matt Craftman trying to measure up Ben Rhodes. Right behind them, Colby Howard. Talked about him in the qualifying show, how he shows a lot of potential. He's got himself up inside that top 10 as we race toward the end of this stage.
And Tanner Gray just behind these guys as well. And we talked to about the need for Tanner Gray to have a good effort tonight. He is the first truck outside the playoff cut line, 14 points behind a potential playoff spot.
And he wants these stage points, Vince. Every point really matters when you start getting down toward. We're talking, we're halfway through the regular season. I mean, one, just give me something each stage, and that could be the difference maker of making the playoffs or not.
Well, and you talk about the stage points, and you got a guy like Grant Enfinger who is up inside the playoff picture, not going to get stage points. It doesn't look like. He runs back in the 18th position. So everything that Tanner Gray gets from a stage point perspective is really compounded because a guy like Enfinger's not getting those stage points.
And it's also big just for your emotions. Like, man, I got a couple points. When you finish 11th in a stage, you're like, really? I'm like the fastest thing, and I didn't get any points.
Here's a good look at Enfinger. 4 straight top 10s. He's finished 3rd here a couple of times, but definitely a bit of a struggle here in stage 1 for the GMS 23.
I was talking to him down in the garage. A bit of a struggle all day today. He just didn't like the truck from the time they hit the track. So maybe some big adjustments coming for that team on this first caution.
Teammates.
All right, final lap of stage 1. Corey Heim has the lead.
As we're on the final lap here.
He's led 7 laps.
Tom Majeski, we talked about a win waiting to happen. Trying to grab that second spot away.
Good look at Corey Heim in the 51.
Corey Heim wins stage 1.
This is his first career stage.
After stage 1 went caution free.
Corey Heim wins stage 1 here at Kansas.
Pretty big gap back to 10th place.
Going away with the last lap on the racetrack. He outran the whole field by a half a second.
Yeah, Corey Heim had built up a 5-second lead there. It's pretty crazy.
19-year-old from Marietta, Georgia. Super fast early on.
After dramatic finish at Darlington, the Cup Series rides into Kansas on FS1, where Byron and Logano continue their feud.
He's just an idiot.
And Larson
He's just
looks
an idiot.
to tame these turns.
This is the racing that I came for.
The Advent Health 400.
Dude, I've been hearing people bitch about that finish all weekend, or all week. Dude, it's literally fucking racing. If you don't like that, as Kyle Busch once said, if you don't like that kind of racing, don't even watch. Like, shut up, okay? Like, I don't fucking care if like, I like both of those drivers. I still like both of those drivers. I don't care if William Byron's all fucking pissed off or some shit. I don't care if Joey Logano did this one thing that people are mad about. I don't care. I don't care if Joey Logano's a whiny little bitch like people say he is. It doesn't matter to me. Like, it's fun. It's fun. We're having fun. Racing is fun, okay?
You are one click away from your next new Honda. You can shop and select from Honda City's real-time, always inventory.
Jesus.
Choose your financing options, and that new car is yours. Shop HondaCity.com, Liverpool.
Don't forget the lyrics.
There's something to better know.
You came up here with a hot cup of nothing. Niecy Dash hosts May 23rd on Fox.
What's on the horizon? The answers lie beyond the roads we know. We recognize that energy demand is growing and the world needs lower carbon solutions to keep up. At Chevron, we're working to find new ways forward through investments and partnerships in innovative solutions like renewable natural gas from cow waste, hydrogen-fueled transportation, and carbon capture. We may not know just what lies ahead, but it's only human to search for it.
Hiring is hard, but LinkedIn can help you find who you need, like someone who can run the desk, stock supplies, toner,
And thrive in a fast-paced environment.
Well, we have tons of people like that, so you can hire the right one.
Welcome back, Camping World Truck Series Racing from Kansas. Glad you could be with us tonight here on FS1. End of stage 1. Corey Heim wins the stage. His KBM teammate Chandler Smith with issues.
I need to do around again. Back up. recycle everything, whatever you best can do.
And he eventually did get to pit road, and then a little trouble starting it. I mean, not going to run out of gas this early round after a 30-lap run.
Well, you didn't have that minute. That's very puzzling. You're supposed to have a full tank of gas to start the race, but we're rolling down pit road. Let's go down to Jamie on pit road for pit stops.
Well, Corey Heim, if you remember, was complaining that it was too free, but by the end of that stage, he said everything is really neutral. It may be a little bit free, but really it felt pretty good. Marty Lindy, the crew chief, made the call. There will be no adjustments. There'll be 4 new Goodyears. Josh?
Tom Majeski happy with this truck right now as he gets tires. Feeling really good about it. Talked about the experience being huge
No
for
shit,
him.
I forgot to put
And
this
on the
up.
side, Zane Smith said this is the tightest he's felt all season long. And at one point, he was worried the front right tire was going down. So they lost a couple positions, but he's still sitting pretty, coming in second in the first stage.
See the work being done on pit road. Chandler Smith, by the way, with that issue, he finished 4th in stage 1. So
The chat is so dead.
some lost track position for him.
Is anyone even alive?
Yep.
Someone break the silence.
Pit road and his crew as fast as he is on track.
The only way you're ever gonna know what you're made of is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? The new Grand Cherokee, made for what you're made of.
Shop and buy online with Jeep eShop, where right now, get 0% financing on all 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee WK models, plus 3 years no-cost maintenance with the Jeep Wave program.
Doritos flaming hot. Doritos wings? Now that's fire. They won't be here long though, just like the playoffs. Speaking of, shouldn't you be focused right now? And focused. I'm watching film, I'm eating wings. Let me live. Clay, is that a shimmy?
We love Clay.
Why don't you do cool spins?
The people need to read it.
I can't read it.
It's because you're like 4.
It's not half.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
For those who love peanut butter, and those who want to get married to peanut butter, I now pronounce
Commercial here, commercial there, commercials everywhere. Jade, it's been ridiculous. They ran like the first 8 laps, commercial break. They came back, it was like lap 12 to lap 20, then another commercial break. Obviously, I'm fine with commercial breaks under caution, so they have like 2 in this caution period. Which, whatever, I'm fine with it. It's caution period, nothing's happening, but
From the first ever triple action sleep supplement to the only
it's just
24-hour
ridiculous.
vitamin C to heart healthy support every day. Get more with Nature's Bounty.
Banks have free pens. But Marcus by Goldman Sachs has a high-yield savings account with a rate that can earn you 4 times the national average. But then again, free pen, you can money.
$6 for the best kind of wings, paired with the best kind of celery sticks. Crinkle fries. Arby's, we have the meat. You're a printer. You're supposed to print.
Thinking, is it the cartridges?
I don't know.
Magenta. Do you suffer from cartridge conniptions? Be conniption free thanks to the cartridge free Epson EcoTech printer. A ridiculous amount of ink, and a set of replacement bottles are equal to about 80 cartridges. It's a perfect cure for
I thought you said you bought
I did buy the magenta.
the Epson EcoTech. Just fill and chill. Available at
Camping World Truck Series racing on FS1, presented by Louisville. Stage 1 in the books. Corey Heim won stage 1. This is a nice battle between teammates for 7th in the stage, and watch how close this is at the line. Stage points at stake, and it was tight.
Love it. Those guys are going back and forth by 3-4 laps, teammates, but it just shows you these stage points are so important towards the end of the regular season if you haven't won a race yet.
There's So stage 1 results with Heim not just getting 10 points, but a playoff point as well with a stage win. Jamie on the 88 of Crafton.
During the first stage of the race, Matt Crafton was on the radio with the team complaining that the splitter was hitting the racetrack through 1 and 2. They decided to go up at air pressure in the right rear tire to try and get it off the track a little bit, but when they left and they examined the Goodyear tires that came off, he actually did have a tire that was going down. So hopefully the truck's going to be better here in the second stage.
Yeah, lost 5 spots on that pit stop, did Crafton. Ty Majeski lost 6.
All right, here we go. Back green. Green flag is in the air. Stage 2 is underway.
He's up in that second row now.
Stage 2 underway. Zane Smith on the inside and Corey Heim on the outside. Lead them into turn 1.
Corey's going to use that high side.
You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm actually going to, like, write down a tally. Or, like, write down, like, every lap that they went to commercial break.
2 of us out here clean away from Zane Smith. But Zane's truck is strong on the short run, that's for sure.
Zane Smith led 18 laps in that first stage.
And I'll actually record how often it happens.
This will be a good battle because Zane's truck is really good on the short run. It seems like it's on the tighter side, and he is jamming early in the run. And then Heim said that his truck was loose to start, but then really showcased itself at the end of that stage. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out with short run speed versus long run speed.
Smith back to the front as you see. It's starting to sort out around the 10th position.
And Blackburn was Moby Howard. He got his way around Matt Crafton. And it's going to be inside the top 10. Tyler Abrams up high in that 16 truck. And good racing.
It is. It's like the hornet's nest back there. You get like the top 8, they get single file, like they're freezing in. And then it's like, boom, there's just trucks 2, 3 wide, and you're like, momentum's caught up here, your momentum is a helper there. Lots going on these restarts.
Yeah, watch Christian Eckes in that gray number 98.
He slides up the hill, and Matt Crafton nearly gets that outside wall. Wow, that was a close one for Crafton. What's that like out there, Kurt? With the, we can't see air, obviously.
You got to feel it.
I know, but what's it feel? What's it do to your steering wheel? How do you handle all that turbulence that you got to race through?
At Kansas, there is something about this place where there's a little voodoo on a late exit that the truck will just get tight. And if there's a truck in front of you, it like takes away the extra grip out of the front, and you have to predict it. You have to stay ahead and absorb things through your peripheral vision. And a lot of times you just run out of the racetrack, you're like, what the heck? Why'd that just happen?
Looking at a group right there, that is 10th, 11th, 12th. Meanwhile, at the front, Corey Heim takes over second from John Hunter Nemechek. They're still about a second behind the leader, Zane Smith.
John Hunter looked like he made an adjustment and was rolling. I don't know if he got a little loose or had an issue there, but Heim just ate him up. Yeah, see what happens to John Hunter.
Just rolling top groove, and
yeah, that'll get your attention.
Stepping out a little bit. You always want to be a little bit on the loose side to start the run, but that's a little bit too much on the loose side.
Well, it was working because he was able to almost run down our leader, Zane Smith, until that little bobble there. He was coming in with a blare.
These guys throwing down some blocks.
The 16 is Ankrum, Eckes the 98, Derek Kraus the 19. And they are, as you see, 11th, 12th, right around in that range. How about Josh on Kraus?
Yeah, tough break for Derek Kraus on that last pit stop. The truck dropped on the air hose and then lost a number of spots. He was having a good run before that, so he's going to have to work his way up back into the top 10.
Yeah, a few different issues during those pit stops. You had the 33 had guys, Josh Rail had guys over the wall too soon, penalty. The 18 of Chandler Smith, we showed you, he pitted too soon because he was out of gas, so he has fallen back and is a lap down, the first driver a lap down in that 18.
Yeah, he needs a caution here to get back in this thing. Does Chandler Smith.
And we would expect that to happen, and before it's all said and done, expect to see Chandler back up there in the mix. His truck fast again tonight. There you get a good look at the 18, winner at Las Vegas earlier this season.
Well, it was charged up. He just didn't have enough gas.
really unique situation for running out of gas in the first stage. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to text my brother and figure this out.
He's led the most
commercial.
Zane Smith out front here in stage 2.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occur. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take it allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
Ja Reds, what can't you do?
Designing and modeling his own line of Hulu couch leisure. Wow.
Who knew that Hulu Plus Live TV came with over 75 live channels for sports, news, and entertainment?
Just like cable. I love it. This is dumb. How much is Hulu paying him for this? Hulu has live TV.
Only 2 things are forever. Love, Liberty Mutual customizing your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And if anyone objects to this marriage, Kevin, no, not today. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Ooh, new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. Girl Scout Thin Mints, new Oreo Dirt Pie Yum. I'm gonna eat them all. Hey, does that mean we won? Well, looks like a win to me. DQ, happy tastes good.
You need the right marketer. Like one who can optimize this, balance that, launch these, and wrangle all of that. Well, LinkedIn has tons of those people, so you can hire the right one.
Really, you're going to commercial again?
Introducing Icy Hot Pro. Ice works fast to freeze your pain and your doubt. Heat makes it last, so you never sit this one out. New Icy Hot Pro, 2 match-strength pain mods.
Coming up on 10 to go here in stage 2 at Kansas Speedway. Camping World Truck Series racing on FS1. Zane Smith continues to lead. Riding on board now with Carson Hocevar. Runs back in the 7th spot. Now back up front to Smith in that 38.
Boy, that's a nice view, isn't it? Just looking out your windshield, knowing you got the field covered. He is in the zone right now. Just rolling. He's got 10 to go to pick up stage 2, and this is just ripping around the top. Truck is dialed in, and he's splitting the seam a little bit, trying to put some air underneath the truck and free it up a little. And then the Hocevar camera, if we jump on board with the visor cam, this place is one of the smoothest tracks as far as a 1.5 miles goes. But watch the movement in your head. Hocevar's head as he's going down through 3, and then this turn 4. Look at that. And the glare on turn 4 is always a battle.
So the combination of bumps and you can't really see where you're going because of the sun, that would get someone's attention running over 170 miles an hour.
It's just child hazards, you know, stuff we deal with all the time.
Sun is starting to set here at Kansas Speedway, but the backstretch certainly still in the sun. The rest of it in the shade, but when that sun starts setting, it can really create some issues for you. How about the 19 of Derek Krause up inside the top 10?
Don't be frustrated. You're all good. You're way better than them. Just set them up. Go get them. Same thing as don't get frustrated. We got a long time to go here. You're better than them. Just set them up. It'll be there eventually.
And eventually it did come to a pass as he got around Colby Howard and then 91. Here's Ty Majeski and the 99, his teammate Ben Rhodes, the defending series champion. They are 4th and 5th.
And they've been trying to sort this out for a long time, running right together on the racetrack.
I love it when the crew chief goes into therapist mode. You know, like, hey man, just calm down, calm down. And the driver is like, why did this guy give me a little bit of room? Like, he knows I'm faster. He should just let me slide on by. But every position counts, and it's a hard thing to do as a driver. You know when you want to catch back up and get up into the top 5.
You never get frustrated on the radio or anything.
Yeah, usually like every 30 laps or so. Check in.
That radio button is a great way to vent, though. It's the only way you have to express to the world exactly what all's going on.
It's like steam out of the radiator.
Yes.
Okay, there it is. All right, cool. Maybe he'll go back to normal.
People say just don't push the button, but it doesn't feel as good as when you push the button, does it?
I'm telling you. How come you guys are always picking on me? Let's go back to the racing action.
I know the racing action is good between these two teammates, but Jesse's got a fast truck, and he just can't make his way around Ben Rhodes. How about the season Ben Rhodes there in that 99? He's scored the most points here in the regular season. He's got a win at Bristol. He's led the most laps this season. He's got the most stage points, most stage wins. I mean, it has been a great season for Rhodes in that 99. And he's the defending series champion, but he says it's even a better season this time around.
I loved watching him on the dirt at Bristol, Vince. He had that thing hung out and just, it looked like a dirt lake.
There have been 5 commercial breaks already in this race. I'm like I'm writing down all the commercial breaks there have been so far. 2 of them were under caution, so whatever, you know. And one of them was side by side, but still.
Won the Rattler 250 again this year for the 5th time. I mean, he's as good a short track racer as there is anywhere.
And he's proven right now he can get it done anywhere. We already knew that. We put together a short list earlier today, Vince. You and I just talking about guys that we think are a win just waiting to happen. And Majeski was on the top of my list. He's that good and that fast. And you can see he's racing up in the top 5. Another couple of trucks here racing inside the top 10. That's Derek Kraus in the 19 and Colby Howard in the 91. Colby's doing a nice job today. This is his best run he's had in his young career. What's happening with the 19, Jamie?
It's the 91 of Colby Howard. It was his career best start to the race also. He started this race in the 11th position, but it's been a big week for that the Bill McAnally-led program. He was watching on the pit card back in Darlington, and he noticed they were losing time every single pit stop. So this week he made a wholesale change. They have a completely new pit crew. They did that first pit stop. Much happier with the execution. He's still inside of the top 10. And the struggle that you're probably aware of, Kurt, with teams getting pit crews at this point in the year is that the Cup teams, they don't want crews to come down the trucks and use the 5-lug system. They want them focused on the single lug. So it was a big challenge for them to make that change mid-season. Josh?
Well, Chandler Smith in the 18 is continuing to have trouble with fuel. Came over the radio, said it's losing fuel pressure again. So some concerns for the 18 so far tonight.
Well, he's still a lap down, and it's already been a tough couple of back-to-back tough races for the 18er Chandler Smith. 19th at Bristol, 21st last week at Darlington.
Yeah, that only makes sense. There's a pickup problem on the 18 truck.
All right, so Zane Smith is coming around.
So that's why he's only able to do about 30 laps at a time.
He's led most of this stage, so no surprise. But yeah, Zane Smith is going to win stage number 2.
Super impressive again tonight. Zane Smith, the winner of stage 2 here at Kansas. Hotly contested, just as we anticipated tonight. Kansas Speedway, the midway point of the Camping World Truck Series regular season.
Big game today. Everyone ready? Alexa, ask Buick to start my Enclave.
Starting your Buick Enclave.
I just love our new Alexa.
Dad, it's a Buick.
I love that new Alexa smell.
It's a Buick.
We need snacks for the team.
Alexa, take us to the nearest grocery store.
Getting directions.
Alexa will get us there in no time. It's a Buick. Let's be real. Don't make me turn this Alexa around.
Oh my. It's painful.
The Buick Enclave with available Alexa built-in. Ask Alexa, tell me more about Buick SUVs.
Making the choice to go back to work is a big decision. But this time, I have my own job description. You know, my terms.
Chipotle's all-new Pollo Asado starts with fresh grilled chicken, hand-cut cilantro, finished with fresh lime, guajillo peppers, and garlic. all to make our new pollo asado bright, flavorful, and uniquely Chipotle.
Tomorrow on Fox, Clayton Thorson leads the Houston Gamblers to the house against the Pittsburgh Maulers. Real football for real fans. The USFL tomorrow on Fox.
It's one of the biggest tag team matches in history. The Usos take on RK Bro in the Tag Team Championship Unification match. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Swear I will save room for ice cream.
Swear I will save room for ice cream.
And if I don't, I will be banned from Friendlies forever.
I will be banned from Friendlies forever.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
No, you don't have to repeat me.
No, you don't have to repeat me anymore.
Get in there!
Try our double sliders today.
And save room for ice cream.
Held over. Save up to 50% at the Hot Tub and Swing Spa Blowout Sale final weekend at Great Northern Mall. Why wait 100 days with a local dealer when you can have a hot tub now? Over 50 models on display. Every floor model must go. Come see revolutionary swim spas that can heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. 100% in-house financing. No turn downs. That's the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Sale final weekend at Great Northern Mall. Call 1-833-HOUR-SPAS or go to discountspas.com.
It's better in the sun because climbing indoors is just walking upstairs. With Coppertone Sports 4-in-1 Performance, discover it's great outdoors.
We've helped millions of renters find their perfect place, like Andrea. Oh, right? Hot. Mayday. Seems like Andrea got a dishwasher that's fully functioning. Apartments.com, the place to find a place. Hey, tomorrow we'll be right back here at Kansas Speedway, the NASCAR Cup Series. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, the best of the best, including our pal in the booth with us tonight, Kurt Busch, all battling it out for the checkered flag. Coverage begins tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern. The green flag about 3 o'clock, only on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. So you see our stage 2 points. The free pass went to the 18 of Chandler Smith. So those are the points earned so far through the first 2 stages. Let's go downstairs to Jamie Howe for pit stops.
And we'll start off with Ben Rhodes in the number 99. He said he's just not racy enough. It's too tied up by the wall. He really only has one low line that he can use. His crew chief, Rich Lucius, telling him, I'll get you taken care of here, buddy. Up pit lane just a little bit further, number 51, Corey Heim. They had him reset the ECU since we've been out under caution. Reason being, his truck is shut off twice while he's out there in that second stage. So he believes they got it fixed, but he won't know until we go back to green. Josh?
Now, though Zane Smith has led the most laps out here tonight, he says that truck is still too tight, so they made an air pressure adjustment. John Hunter Nemechek having the opposite problem. He says it's loose all the way through the corner, so they're going to try and tighten him up.
Hey, Kurt, what's your experience tell you here in Kansas? If you're loose and it gets cooler, do the front tires start sticking better? Do you get looser or does it get tighter?
Yeah, absolutely. The truck gets a little bit looser because the front gains the grip quicker than the rear, and that is a problem in the rear on the 51. It gets hung up, and just like Jamie Howe was talking about earlier, there's the 1 lug now in Cup, and there's the 5 lug still in Truck and Xfinity. These crews right now have all been kind of like set down their different avenues, and you now have to really specialize with what you're doing, and you got to be at your best right now if your truck's coming in running up front.
And you know, the Xfinity Series isn't here this weekend either, so that might play into the fact that maybe some of the pit crews aren't available as well. So coming back for the final stage.
Who's on it with Jardians?
We're 25 million prescriptions strong. We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're working up a sweat before coffee and saying no thanks to a Boston cream.
Jardiance is a once-daily pill that can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease. So it can help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And Jardiance lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
We're on it.
We're on it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Raise the flag and fire up the grill because tailgating season starts now. And the best way to catch the action is to be in the middle of it.
Hearing the motors, smelling the rubber, it's a whole experience. You're at the track. You don't have to fight traffic. Set your grill up. You're putting your burgers, your hot dogs on.
Start your NASCAR season at Camping World, where we have everything you need for the infield, including brand new RVs for less than $5 a day.
Just a wonderful weekend. Can't beat it.
You need the right office manager, like one who can answer that. Supply this, organize this. Oh, and do that too. Well, LinkedIn has tons of those people, so you can hire the right one.
At Domino's, when you order carryout online, we'll tip you $3 to use on your next order for being your own delivery driver. Because every great delivery driver deserves a tip.
What was it?
Domino's tip you $3. Only at Domino's.
Pain used to keep me from what I love most. Not anymore. Blue Emu gave me my horsepower back. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
It would take a lot for me to love another bar as much as my Atkins chocolate peanut butter bars, but this one might just do it. Vanilla caramel pretzel. It's got 15 grams of protein. It's got caramel. It's got pretzels. I mean, game over.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open the door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck. It was. Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Welcome back to the Heart of America 200 in America's heartland, Kansas Speedway. Great to have you with us. Good look at Corey Heim in the 51. Had some issues on pit road during that stop.
That's still about a foot and a half too far out from that orange line, just FYI for the next stop.
Learning along the way. Pit stops are all choreographed so well, Vince, that the drivers is an important part of the puzzle as anyone.
Ooh, running double duty today at the ARCA race. That's Heim in the 20.
Oh, those are two, I would say, Venturini cars took each other out. I mean, the inside car, aero-wise, you're always going to get loose, but oof, those boys are racing hard.
Yeah, Drew Dollar, technically a KBM effort, right?
Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember Kyle.
But Venturini was in the, Venturini had that 20 of Corey Heim.
When two cars get torn up like that.
Did you see how that thing just exploded that back into that car? It tells you how fast they're going when they have an accident. You can just feel the speed.
The third and final stage here at Kansas Speedway. Who's going to get it done tonight? The last 6 races here, we've had 6 different winners.
It's been crazy to me. Corey Heim was so dominant at the end of stage 1, and then Zane Smith just held him off in stage 2. So I think it's up in the air right now.
All right.
Zane Smith has led the most laps
Going back green here.
tonight.
The final stage. 67 laps to go.
That's Zane Smith on the inside, and that blue and yellow 38. Ben Rhodes on the outside.
Rhodes won the race on pit road. Now it gives him control of the race. And he's on the outside side drafting Zane. And is he going to be able to stay there? You got to stay down on his door, buddy. You got to stay down on him.
Nope. John Hunter split in the middle up there. Trying to squeeze inside the top 5.
Woo!
That traffic.
Oh, look at this. This is what makes Kansas so awesome.
John Hunter Nemechek right between the two Thorsport trucks of Majeski and Rhodes. Couldn't hold it though.
Was able to barely. It's going to be Majeski. Sorry, Mikey. Like he was digging on the bottom, and now he's going to come out of there with no momentum and gets pushed all the way. And these guys still digging.
Eckes up in there as well for the Thorsport group.
Man, look like Ray must have pushed the cushion up there. He lost all his speed. I mean, it's like the gloves are off on this. I'm trying to get your track position and trying to stay in clean air. It's all about guessing which lane they're going to, and you go to the opposite lane. That way you get as much clean air as you can on the front of the truck.
Nemechek was able to go from 7th on the restart to 3rd, but you know, you'd like to see the truck be able to handle and do the things that Corey Heim is doing here. Dives to the bottom. Is he going to be able to clear his teammate? He does. That truck there, he's got the adjustments he needs. Had a bad pit stop, but yet is still in contention.
Nemechek may end up contending for the win by the end of the night, but it seems as though the 51 is better than the 4 this evening.
Yeah, and the 38 as well. So Ben Rhodes with a great pit stop. He's up inside he's in the 2nd spot trying to make something happen.
Lee Deegan back there in the 215 spot. Wow. 4-5 wide. Not supposed to be able to do that.
Riley had some huge speed on 4. He cashed in on that big time.
Take advantage of those opportunities, don't you? Watch this off turn 4. This is crazy.
It's back around the 15th position.
All right, well, that guy loses a little momentum. Haley's coming up. Tanner Gray's like, I got stuck here. And he just had a nice run, and everybody else gets bottled up on the bottom side. Sure.
That is crazy.
Crafton got trapped behind all of them.
Dean Thompson in that 40 truck doing battle with that group. And there you see Friesen slipping outside the top 10 behind Derek Krause there.
Super impressed with the run Krause has had tonight.
And Tyler Ankrum up inside the top 10. There's some guys solidly in the top 10 that have struggled this year.
Well, certainly for Derek Krause, only one top 10 this season, but this has been a track that has been good to him through the years. Top 10 in 3 of the 4 races that he has run here, so this is a good track for Derek Krause, and he needs it. How about more on Tyler Ankrum with Jamie?
We were talking at the beginning of the race about drivers who need to win to get above that cut line. Tyler Ankrum could be considered in that race, but he said he doesn't feel that way at this point in time. Remember, he switched to this new team, his new crew chief, Scott Zipadelli, for this season, and together they're still learning, they're still finding their rhythm and what they need to tell each other to get the best out of that number 16 truck. And what's one of the things that Scott said today was that he has to learn what he needs in practice. He's got to be able to feel it so that he can translate it into the race. That's something that they worked on this morning. Seems to be paying off for him so far. And on that pit stop, he came in pit lane in 12th. He left in 5th. So they're having a killer day with the number 16 machine.
And I think as you see Corey Heim get around Ben Rhodes for 2nd as those two continue to battle. And just final note on Ankrum, you know, talking about needing a good result. He's trending that way. He's had top 10s in only one finish outside the top 10 in the last 4. So I think that transition over to HRE and Hattori Racing, crew chief Scott Zipadelli, starting to see that.
I still hate Hattori Racing
He's a genius. I mean,
for what they did to Brett Moffitt.
He does a great job on the pit box. And I think Tyler Ankrum's a talented young racer. I like the trends too, Vince, that you talk about as we race halfway through the regular season. He can put together a couple more good races, be inside that top 10.
And a good battle right here between Rhodes
Yeah, this
and
blunt
Heim
sucks.
for 2nd. But they're all chasing the 38. Zane Smith out in a different area.
Who was my pick to win. This has been like the most boring race though.
What's on the horizon? The answers lie beyond the roads we know. We recognize that energy demand is growing.
I did like that little Stuart Freeze and Haley Deegan battle
At Chevron,
that was going on earlier in the race, but other than that, it's been just
and innovative solutions.
a hella boring race.
Natural gas from cow waste, hydrogen-fueled transportation, and carbon capture. We may not know just what lies ahead, but it's only human to search for it.
Toss, buffalo, sauce, hot honey, flip, boneless, dip, Arby's, razzled, buffalo, dazzled, hot honey, $6 boneless wings and crinkle fries deal. Arby's, we have the meat.
Hey, hon,
Hey,
wanna do some laundry?
some laundry.
Your room and delivery came.
Oh, laundry. We can do that.
Wanna do our taxes?
Oh,
Hi, Mustard.
we have to go.
Whatever you call it.
Wanna do it?
Be ready with Roman.
Okay.
Roman makes it simple and convenient to take care of ED. So when the moment's right, you're ready. Roman ready.
Hey, honey, sunscreen. We shop with Ibotta in-store and online because it gives us cash back on everything we buy.
Is that why it's shooting money all over me?
Yes, it's a visual metaphor to show there's cash back and everything.
Then we just say lots of cash back. Get all that cash. I bought them.
Kids!
They just don't understand how commercials work, do they?
No, they don't.
In-store, online. There's cash back in everything you buy.
The Solo Stove Bonfire is the hottest new reason to get outside. With its signature 360 airflow design, firewood gets just the right amount of oxygen. And since it's easy to light, it gets going fast. It's America's favorite smokeless fire pit for a reason. Bonfire is made for when those good moments become lasting memories. Save $10 using promo code TV10 at solostove.com.
I'm 53, but in my mind, I'm still 35. That's why I take Osteo Biflex, to keep me moving the way I was made to.
This race has gone by fast. Yeah, it has. We're already almost done, and it's only 55 minutes.
54 to go at Kansas Speedway. Camping World Trucks. Good battle there for fourth between a couple of teammates. Ben Rhodes in the 99.
I mean, yeah, it's a short race, but like Jesus, it's been a pretty boring race.
They can get to the finish from here if we get a caution. Everybody dive in for that last set of tires.
You know, as a driver from the Cup Series, I always like to split whatever laps are left in half. And that way you're maximizing the lap time on the best fresh tires that you can. But a lot of times in the trucks, they run as long as you can, and then they'll sometimes throw down a fuel only or a two-tire. So we might see something come into play here later.
You see the laps since the last pit stop there in the pylon very briefly.
But again, like Zane Smith is just walking the dog right now. I really thought once Heim cleared some of the other guys that he'd be able to reel him in. That is not the case. Right now, Zane's truck looked like it was a little tight in stage one. They made an adjustment in stage two, and now the track has married his setup and his driving right now in stage three.
This is more dominant than John Hunter was last week at Darlington. The whooping that Zane Smith is putting on them.
And remember, Zane Smith ran second at Las Vegas and ended up getting disqualified because of a lug nut issue, and not a performance-enhancing issue, we wouldn't think, but they were very strong. This is the same truck they ran that night in Las Vegas with the same tire. So all the bells and whistles on this 38 truck, the latest and greatest for this team, and no surprise that they're having another successful run at it.
Yeah, and again, this is what I'm saying. Like, you build up towards a championship run by maximizing a day at a track like this at Kansas Speedway. That's part of the playoffs later this year. So they're doing this for a reason, and they are just putting down these lap times and running and building up their book for when they come back here in the playoffs.
How about on the right side of the screen, there you see it, Haley Deegan and Matt Crampton. Are they tired of seeing one another yet? I mean, they've gone like 6 or 7 laps side by side, trading it back and forth.
I'd say we could eavesdrop on Matt Crampton's radio.
You better not. You better
understand that he's tired of doing just this. But man, They're just racing hard. She's got the position. He's got to take it away. And I like that she's not giving anything up. I mean, we're creeping toward the final pit stop. Oh,
Got a tire going down to Jack Wood in that 24, so he had to come in. Maybe what surprises me, Michael, more about the Deegan Crafton thing is it's back there battling 15th. Because I got to believe Crafton, as a 3-time winner here, came in with higher expectations than to be battling for 15th.
Yeah, that, like we talked about at Darlington, top 5 run. So felt like they had a little bit of momentum, and now he's stuck.
Final pit stops coming up. You're not going to miss a thing, though. We're going to keep it side by side for you from Kansas Speedway.
Tossed, buffalo, sauce, hot honey, flipped, boneless, dipped, Arby's, razzled, buffalo, dazzled, hot honey, $6 boneless wings and crinkle fries deal. Arby's, we have the meat.
Joint pain was keeping me from the moments I treasure most, but not anymore. Blue Emu gave me these special moments back. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
This is Sonoma. This is what the drivers will see. And this is what you'll see. Drivers. You. Drivers. You.
It just got really interesting in Sonoma.
And this is what everyone came to see. Get your tickets now at SonomaRaceway.com.
Sunday on FS1. The Cup Series goes to Kansas. Logano likes to party here. But Larson's proved he can tame these turns. The Advent Health 400, Sunday at 3 Eastern on FS1.
It's one of the biggest tag team matches in history. The Usos take on RK Bro in the Tag Team Championship Unification match. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
In NASCAR, the journey begins with one simple start. Turn, bump, win, and celebration. I am the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. I am NASCAR.
45 to go at Kansas Speedway. Zane Smith still leading the way. It's been an impressive performance for the 38 truck. In fact, he has dominated most of this race. He's led 67 laps, and he is out front.
No, caution is out.
5+ seconds as we've got a caution out.
Third caution of the night.
Some contact.
Yeah, somebody got in the wall down in turns 1 and 2, scraped along the wall. NASCAR threw the caution just before most people were getting ready to pit, so this is timely.
Yeah, this kind of.
I don't like that call for the call. I mean, I don't even know what happened. What happened?
On and, you know, the same type of run that we saw on stage 1, stage 2.
Chris Wright.
44 is trying to do some body work at speed.
Put some debris down on the track.
Oh, okay, well, that's why.
And now it's up to these guys. You talked about the challenges of pit crew guys and can they perform when it matters. This is the money stop. A mistake here takes away a chance for these front runners to win this race. You've got to have your A game right now.
Yeah, and there's been some guys that have gained as much as 11 spots on pit road today, and there's some guys that have lost 15. Kraus has been the big loser today on pit road, so hopefully now he's running P7. Right now he wants that pit crew to hold serve for him. You know, just a nice steady effort. Come in 7th, maybe go out 6th.
And if you're Zane Smith, Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Nemechek, Rose, I mean, those guys in the top 5, you just want a chance, right? You just don't want your guys to screw up the pit stop because you feel like you're going to have a chance to win it in these final laps.
Yeah, we saw how aggressive the drivers were on the last restart, making sure they gave it all they had. John Hunter's a great example. He went from 7th to 3rd. So you start out in front, you can control the race, but if you're back there in that pack, it's so hard to pass, so competitive.
This is what it's all about. This is a team sport. You know, it's a driver, crew chief. That's in the spotter. We hear that a lot, but it's all about the teamwork. Let's go down to Jamie Howe for the pit stops.
We'll start off with the number 99 of Ben Rhodes. He said he can run a couple of laps wide open, but then it just gets too tight. In fact, this early in the 3rd stage, it was still too tight. So more adjustments for Ben Rhodes. For Corey Heim, I mentioned the engine shutting off during the first stage. It happened again here at the start of this third stage. Team not worrying about it though, making sure he's on his marks, making sure they execute on this pit stop. Josh.
Well, Tom Majeski, the 66, really happy with this truck. No adjustments for them, just putting on the last set of tires. Zane Smith also really happy with this truck set. It's just a little bit too tight, but they've been leading the most laps, so they're happy with what they've done so far.
It'll be a good battle off pit road. Corey Heim is going to be the first one off.
And there you see those pluses and minuses. Yep. Those are the biggest things when
Oh,
it comes
full
down to
moon
the
Saturday
races.
night.
Rhodes got a couple.
Is this where it gets crazy?
Under caution because of damage to that 44 truck of Chris Wright. Coming back for the stretch run to the finish.
For Toyota, racing isn't all about the numbers. Like 162 Cup wins.
Our 3 Cup Series championships.
How about those 3 Daytona 500s?
It's about the thousands of bumps and bruises.
It's the millions of fans and the endless rain of confetti.
It's the countless I love yous.
Our success is in a generation of memories. Here's to the next.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you line.
Need.
Liberty Bibbity.
Hi.
Liberty. Are we married to Mutual? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Slow down. No.
I was conditioned to finish my plate since childhood?
Noon Weight uses psychology to help you understand your habits, change them, and realize that when it comes to losing weight, it's psychological. Sign up now and lose weight for good at Noom.com.
On the road again, just can't wait to get on the road again. My love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again.
Hit the road in Skechers.
Hiring is hard, but LinkedIn can help you find who you need, like someone who can reach your customers, manage budgets, and herd cats, figuratively or literally. Well, we have tons of people like that, so you can hire the right one.
Depression can be a really tough thing to go through. Fortunately, people always have a lot of ideas how to help you through.
You just gotta snap out of it.
You have so much to be happy for.
Fake it till it feels normal.
Sign up now. Cheer up.
So,
It's because you're a Leo. Think about all the people who have it worse than you.
Full moon Saturday.
Come on, first aid.
Yeah, let's go! On a trip. Book with Priceline. You save more so you can woo more. Woo. Woo. Yeah, feel the savings. Priceline. Every trip is a big deal.
It's one of the biggest tag team matches in history. The Usos take on RK Bro in the Tag Team Championship Unification match. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Tough break for Carson Hocevar as we come back to Kansas Speedway on this beautiful Saturday evening. Hocevar with a penalty for uncontrolled tire.
Vince, we just said it. Money stop. Carson had done such a great job managing his race. The crew got him up front on the first stop, and now he's just giving it all away. Uncontrolled tire on the 42, we're hearing.
And there you see it across the line.
Just for that little
There
bit
it
of
is.
time. Oh, it looked like there was another one as well. But it's all about the chemistry and making sure everything goes smooth. And when everything's right on pit road, it's like a ballet. Yeah, everybody's hitting the lug nuts at the same time. Jack drops. Away you go.
23 on the lead lap, so going to have to go to the back and fight through the traffic, and that's a tough break with just 40 to go.
Yeah, you can't win. I mean, that's for sure. But Corey Heim's team, the opposite. They put him out front on this last stop. Can he hold off that super fast number 38 of Zane Smith? That's what it's all about right here. Fresh set of tires, 40 to go, and teams put you in your position.
All right.
Let's race, boys.
We're back green.
Zane Smith in that blue and yellow 38, 2 wins this season. Corey Heim trying to get his second win of the season with a 51.
Wow, look at that start by Zane.
Got a great jump, and Nemechek maybe a little help from behind.
Nemechek wants it.
That was crazy how fast that fire got going.
That, you've heard some of the guys are able to hold it wide open for a couple laps, and this is where you want to be able to do that.
Teammates Rhodes and Majeski back just inside the top 10. Meanwhile, Eckes at the front challenging Nemechek for second.
Nemechek running that high line down the front straightaway, trying to stay away from Eckes in the 98 so he doesn't side draft him.
Eckes, one career win, came on a mile and a half. That was at Las Vegas last year.
Like Eckes is like, all right, I want to jump into the draft here.
We don't want to watch that 38 drive away from us. Let's work together and maybe draft up to him.
That was a good plan. We'll see what the short run speed is again for some guys. With long run.
Ooh, Corey Heim trying to make some fucking moves here.
Now what do you got? Wow, low lane into one.
How about it, Jamie on Heim? In the
All right, all right.
Well, as he's out there trying to make something of it, it's exactly what his team's telling him to do. He's all the way back in the 7th position now after leading 18 laps. I've mentioned the engine shutting off. He says ever since we went back to green, it's doing it really bad. There's ILPA representatives down in the pits and some discussion happening now. So Corey Heim just trying to hold on.
He's going the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's why it looked like such a fast restart by Zane Smith, because Corey's truck didn't take off like he needed it to.
How about Stuart Friesen from the back all the way up to the 4th spot in that 52?
That is awesome. See Tom Majeski's trying to shake him down and take that spot away.
You're just joining us today. Friesen had to spend the night at the LaGuardia Airport because his flights were canceled. Ended up getting to O'Hare in Chicago, but was not able to get here in time for practice and qualifying today. So Bubba Wallace got in his truck and qualified. And
it's still not even sunset here in the West. Yeah, it's this race has gone by fast.
That's an impressive run, and it's a good.
Ooh.
That was a 51.
Corey Heim got in the wall a little bit there, but he continues just fine, but lost a few spots.
So tough, man, when you're having like these engine issues and you got a truck that's capable of winning, and now you're just pushing too hard back in that dirty air, and there's that last little bit of Kansas on corner exit, jumps up and bites you.
Ben Rhodes, fortunate that he didn't end up into the back end of that 51. Gets around for a position. Rhodes trying to make his way up. He currently runs 7th. That's Chandler Smith right behind him. Michael mentioned that Chandler Smith had to go to the back as well. Remember, they were having a fuel pickup problem, and he had to pit and fell a lap down. How about radio from the 51 of Heim? What a helpless feeling that must be for you drivers.
Well, I mean, and when you have a truck that's capable of winning, it just stings worse. And we're seeing a couple of issues with KBM trucks, as far as that one, the intermittent pickup issue, and then that one as far as the firing of the cylinder side. You never know with the way the Ilmore motors are going to give you the good luck or the bad luck. But right now, with Nemechek running up front, there's still a shot with it. But Zane Smith, I tell you, he's been in control of this race.
Smith by a 2.5 seconds. Wow, how about that? Stretching it out. Little walk the dog action for Zane Smith tonight here in Kansas.
When you hear best-in-class range or best-in-class fuel economy, you may be thinking of really tiny cars. And you'd be really, really wrong. The Ram 1500. Exceeding expectations. Again. No wonder more people are switching to Ram than ever before.
Get 0% financing plus $1,000 bonus cash for vehicle owners on the 2022 Ram 1500 in addition to other offers.
Pain used to keep me from what I love most. Not anymore. Blue Emu gave me my horsepower back. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
$6 for the best kind of wings, paired with the best kind of celery sticks. Crinkle fries.
On CM Punk Run, don't you live in San Diego?
The city famous for its music.
Didn't you tell me that one time that you lived in San Diego?
About to be overwhelmed.
Well, I think you said you were like a Padres fan.
Nashville Super Speedway will be rocking from the pit to the grandstand. June 24th and 26th, the Allied 400 NASCAR Cup Series race weekend brings a mix of incredible racing and live entertainment. Tickets are going fast, so visit NashvilleSuperspeedway.com today and join the full throttle fun.
Tomorrow on Fox, Clayton Thorson leads the Houston Gamblers.
Corey Heim has a tire issue.
Real football for real fans.
It looks like he's hit the wall even harder. He might be dropping some debris that might end up being a caution. We stay green at the moment.
For Machado and the Padres to battle Crawford and the Giants. Then it's time.
He gets to pit road where we stay green.
Next Saturday at 4 Eastern on FS1.
There's a reputation on the track, one that screams brilliant, loud enough so the whole world can see it coming. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I am NASCAR.
Speed. It's gone from bad to worse for Corey Heim and that 51 team. Documented the fact that they're having some engine issues, keep shutting off. And then this pancakes the wall up in turns, between turns 1 and 2.
Running in the 6th position was the 51 truck despite his issues. We saw him brush the wall.
So Corey Heim, yeah, that's the end of his chances of winning.
Put him in the outside wall.
That's kind of what I'm sniffing, and yes, I think
he's just getting repairs.
It's one of those sequences.
He had a good run tonight. It's a damn shame. He was doing really pretty good.
To block that out and try to deal with it and get the spots back that the mechanical issue's taken away from you. Now the issue is you're 2 laps down, 3 laps down now.
Frustrating for him. He had that wreck in the ARCA race earlier today, and now this.
Not a good day, huh?
No. Stay with us immediately following our telecast here from Kansas, NHRA drag racing from Richmond. So check that out tonight. Keep it right here on FS1. Straight line racing for you. Zane Smith is checking out. I mean, this guy is on a rail tonight, and you see the advantage over 3 seconds ahead of John Hunter Nemechek. That is something else. We've got some good battles elsewhere, including Stuart Friesen and Ben Rhodes duking it out for 7. Rhodes currently getting that spot, but there is no battle at the front.
No. Zane Smith has set sail.
But at nights like this, when you don't have that winning truck, it's still important for you to get everything out of it that you can, regardless of where your position is, because the points matter. And not every night is a winning night.
For sure. I mean, it's tough, though, when you have a race-winning truck, and then there's some of the other guys that are going through their own issues. So with the freezing deal, right, you're stuck on a flight somewhere, you can't get to the track, Bubba jumps in and dives in and says, all right, truck's a little tight now, should be good for later. And we saw Friesen all the way up to P4. Earlier, we were listening to Ankrum, and Zipadelli wants Ankrum to define his truck a little better, or to predict from race practice to the race, what do you need? Those are those moments where top guys jump in and go, all right, yeah, you should be good later. It's because you know the track and the track conditions that are coming to you.
Matt Crafton says, how many Monster Energy trucks are out here, by the way?
I'm battling another one
as he makes his way toward the top 10. Matt's had a nice run this stint up to the 11th spot.
This has probably been my most dead, race stream. I've had some pretty dead streams, like me gaming, but this is probably the most dead, race stream that I've ever seen.
I feel like there could be a chance if there's another yellow and another pit stop that he might have a shot at it.
And we know he has speed, Vince. We've seen him run up front. It's just been a tough season for him so far. So to have this type of run on 1.5 miles, knowing that the next week and the next week we're going to go 1.5 miles racing again, that's a good sign for this team. And I like this rebound by Grant Enfinger. He hasn't been anywhere near the top 10 all night, and now as the laps are winding down, he's put himself in a position to get a solid finish.
Trying to throw down a little slide job there, and Friesen's like, I'm a dirt guy. I'll just go back to the bottom, and we'll race it out.
It's a big week for Infinger last week as Darlington finished third and gained.
It's still not even. Oh, that was the comment I already read. But that was another comment.
Back it up with another one tonight and keep that string of top 10s. This would be his 5th straight top 10 if he could finish it up as we reach our Camping World 20 to go.
Camping World 20 to go with Carson Hocevar. We talked about that penalty. Look at that. He's rebounded all the way inside the top 10 up to 9. So another strong run for Carson in the 42 track.
Yeah, he's gained 13 spots since the green came out. And that was a little bit of a red tack going into turn 1.
Yeah, Zane Smith has been dominant tonight. That's that's what I expected. I literally said before the race that he was my pick to win, and yeah, I mean he's proven me right so far.
Straight to the bottom, or if it keeps his momentum through the middle.
Yeah, they're down to the bottom, and he's gaining on Infinger.
Yeah, how about Infinger, a little brush of the wall.
Are they really going to commercial break with fucking 19 to go?
Less than 20 to go.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With multi-matic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
Being a caution, we stick.
It's good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value line.
It's not even a side-by-side.
With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Joint pain was keeping me from the moments I treasure most, but not anymore. Blue Emu gave me these special moments back. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
Hiring is hard, but LinkedIn can help you find who you need, like someone who can run the desk, stock supplies, toner,
and thrive in a fast-paced environment.
Well, we have tons of people like that, so you can hire the right one.
We capture lots of data. With Fiverr, we were able to find the right software developer to help gather all that data and put it into the right system. I was able to save time and money and spend more time growing my business.
Transform your business today. Fiverr.
To the biggest moment, perfection is everything.
The PBA Playoffs Final, Sunday at 2 Eastern on Fox.
What if when something went wrong...
I'm gonna fucking fight Dom, dude.
Water spilled, and you can hit rewind.
Dude went to the fucking New York Mets game without me.
Verizon Home Device Protect is the last...
They're playing the fucking Mariners, too. Literally America's team. I'm so fucking...
24/7 tech support with digital security features and 2 in-home visits every 12 months. You can't go
That man
time, so get Verizon
got a
Home
lot of
Device
nerve. He's got a lot of nerve to go to fucking City Field without me.
You'll see it's easier than ever to search, shop, and select your new or pre-owned certified Honda. Shop in store or online. Our accurate, real-time, always inventory. From your phone, tablet, or PC, you are one click away from your next new Honda. You can shop and select from Honda City's real-time, always inventory. Choose your financing options, and that new car is yours. Shop HondaCity.com, Liverpool.
Getting down to it, less than 15 to go here in Kansas. Zane Smith threatening to lock up his 3rd win of the season. Out front by a sizable margin of 4.5 seconds. And last thing he wants right now is a caution. Stays green, no problems. Caution, he's going to have to outdo somebody on a restart.
Yeah, right now he's not even in Kansas. He's over in Missouri.
Oh, caution's out. The 40's around.
Dean Thompson, and the caution is out.
We were just trying to give the win to Zane, right? And then Dean Thompson's like, no. Hold up a little bit.
Thompson is back in the 19th position.
Whoa, this shakes it up. This is like Yahtzee, where you got the 6 dice and you throw them back in the cup. See what you got.
That's what Zane's thinking. What have I got myself into now after dominating? And you know how wild the restarts are. We've already seen 4 wide. Take a look at Thompson coming off the corner. He just switches ends with him. Loose off, That's a good example right there, Vince, of loose off. If you need to pick, if your driver says he's loose off, that's what it looks like.
Able to keep it off the wall, though. Plenty of room there on the apron area.
Okay, I didn't do my homework as good as I should have, but I think there's another set of tires. There's another set of stickers. There's on the pit crew.
Hello, Heavenly.
Here, if you've got
Heavenly
tires,
Redman.
because the speed
How are you doing
difference
tonight?
between the older tires and fresh stickers, it's huge.
I'm looking down on
You having a good time watching the race? The race gone by really fast, but you know,
Scuffs are not fun.
most of the race is pretty boring. But this race has actually gotten better. You know, we've seen more happen
I'm not giving up that track.
in the
Activity down there, so,
last 40 or so laps.
but if you don't have a set of stickers, you're staying out.
Oh, yeah, you're staying out here.
Yeah, this is it. I don't think you'll see the leaders come, but where do you go back to, or you take a chance and say, I got to have some cool tires. Maybe I can make something happen with those.
True, but it looks like there's hardly anybody other than just throwing something at the wall and see what sticks.
It's going to come down to the restart here, as you see Ankrum on pit road and Matt DiBenedetto behind him.
They're pitting just inside the top 15, Vince. Haley Deegan will get the free pass and get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, she was running 19th.
There's the Rockley roofing truck for Matt DiBenedetto. Team will go to work there.
So putting those scuffs on, just hoping to gain some extra positions, but it's not going to take you to the front, that's for sure. As we remind you that NHRA drag racing from Richmond coming up at 10:30 Eastern here on FS1 for you drag racing fans. Stay with us. We've got a little sorting out to do here at Kansas, though. Zane Smith has been the dominant truck, but he's going to have to outduel Nemechek, Majeski, and Chandler Smith on a restart.
Yeah, this is going to get big because there's a whole sequence, I believe, to when your tires cool off after a long run at an abrasive track like this. You got to let your tires cool, but then you got to go through your rhythm of getting your tires cleaned off and getting the pressures and the temps back up. And sometimes you can do it too soon and build your pressures beyond the peak limits. So we'll see. We'll see what these guys are all able to do and what lane choice. Lane choice is going to be big. It's this is that point where all key decisions have to be done off of what you've learned, and it's a flow, and you don't have to second guess any of that. You just got to do it.
Of course, it's got an exciting finish coming up here in these final laps, and it's going to be a big day right back here tomorrow for the Cup Stars.
It's been said there's no place like home, so we're happy to welcome you back to the heartland of racing. Drivers whip around the track with the force and power of a tornado across these great plains. You'll have the strength to outlast the storm. Capture every second of it right here on FS1.
Look forward to that tomorrow. Kurt, congratulations. Great qualifying effort. You'll start 5th tomorrow with, I think, the paint scheme of the year on that 45 truck, the Air Jordan scheme. It is beautiful. I had to get down in the garage to see it in person today just to make sure it looked as good in person as it did in the pictures.
Oh, man, like everybody's compliments and just the praise for it, and then the designer is here. And his sidekick designer, it's just amazing to see a whole group come together that was from the outside of NASCAR and put on something so cool. So yeah, it's got me pumped up. I'm driving like MJ. Like, I got to execute, the team's got to execute, and we got to do our job, but at another level.
Well, the qualifying lap that you turned in means everybody in the garage area knows that 45 car is not only cool looking, but it's fast, and you can get a big win tomorrow here in Kansas.
I say we're in the mix. That's what you got to be. You're in the mix, and we got to do everything right and execute like a top-level team tomorrow.
Well, we saw Zane Smith get the lead by was on the bottom. When Corey Heim chose the outside. We know Corey had a bit of an issue with his engine, but Zane did get the lead on the bottom. Does he dare pick the bottom, or does he roll up to the top?
You're asking me right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
If they're coming to the choose, I'm picking the top because the tires are a bit worn out, and you want that middle groove to high groove to keep your momentum up.
What's he do? There's the choose. He went low.
Okay. All right. Zane's been on the roll.
All right, y'all.
Let's see how this plays.
We're getting ready. Getting ready for this finish here. Late race restart. We're going to go back green with 8 laps to go.
Been on a roll
teammates, Chandler Smith and John Hunter Nemechek.
Just about a lap.
Yes, sir.
Till green.
Front and back. How about the radio?
They're lined up.
Of Zane Smith in regards to that choosing the bottom.
I don't think the 4 or 6 is going to stay.
Derek Kraus running in 5th. Ty Majeski in 3rd. I'd love to see those guys get their first win.
Well, they don't necessarily have to stay lined up in here.
What's up, Colt? Dude, this stream has been so dead. Usually my streams have, like, people commenting in them. But, like, I don't know if you can see the timestamps on those comments, but, like, yeah, it's been fucking dead this stream, dude.
We know how aggressive it's going to get.
You watching the race?
Williams telling Zane what he thought was the best choice, and Zane went with it.
Zane went with it, and he's got Majeski behind him, who's been fast. But now this could turn into teamwork on the 4 and the 18 with the KBM trucks on the outside. Will they hook up and do the 2-truck draft and bump draft to try to get the momentum down into turn 1?
And will Chandler stick with John Hunter if they do get together and make that move, or will he say, I'm sorry, buddy, but I got to go as well?
I'll push you this far, and then I'll go to your outside.
Yeah.
He knows this is what it's all about.
That is great. Exactly right. And look on the 3rd row. Grant Enfinger, Derek Kraus, both these guys in a position
All right,
to
y'all.
great finish.
All right, y'all. Going back green. You're laying in bed, had a long day, got to get up early. To go look at a Corvette. Oh my God, in Erie, Pennsylvania. Jesus. Green flag is back in the air. 8 laps to go.
Huge launch for Zane Smith. Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good start for.
Oh my goodness.
Enfinger to the outside.
Those guys did not get launched at all on the outside. They're going to get swallowed up.
Grant Enfinger all of a sudden making his presence felt in the 3rd spot.
3rd last week at Darlington, and now just a workmanlike job tonight, getting himself in a position
Do
to
it for Dale.
up in the top 5.
I agree.
Majeski in 2nd.
Do it for Dale always.
Zane Smith.
Wow, that is not anything what we expected out of the 4 truck.
Do it for Dale.
Did not get going. You can see he's dropped behind Chandler Smith now. It's
Watch
figure out what
Nemechek
happened.
on this restart.
Spun the tires, did he? Saw his hands in there.
Must have. I mean, that thing just did not launch.
Held up that outside line, and boy, Enfinger just squeezed up in there between Nemechek and that 66 of Majeski. Great job by Enfinger. Meanwhile,
Zane Smith still pulling away.
Several side skirt bobbing out and breaking it apart on the side.
Man, Majeski's not letting him get away.
That's where Zane Smith's been dominant all day, and he was able to.
Majeski's there.
Majeski, he's within striking distance. Yeah, that's always a tough break. I didn't see that happen with the KBM trucks. We weren't going to hook up like that.
That was surprising. Looks like there's some damage to the right side.
What? How you doing though, Colt?
What a huge save from Nemechek.
John or Nemechek's in trouble.
Yeah, he's just got to nurse that thing home. I mean, he bottomed out probably to rip that side skirt up, but I don't know why it's that loose.
Wow, he's had a handful much of the night.
What
tonight,
happened?
but This is.
John or Nemechek just got up into the wall, but we stay green.
Step out on him. Man, that's
into the wall a bit there.
Nice save.
Good save. The right front didn't smack the fence. I mean, he should be able to nurse that thing home.
Jesus.
A winner last week at
I picked up a chainsaw in yard sale. In a yard sale. That's cool.
Tanner Gray in the 15, all back there just outside the top 15.
Give a shout out to Lawless Allen. He's a part of this battle too. Good run inside the top 20. There comes Chandler.
Getting around Eckes for 4th. As you see our Blue Emu race summary. Kerry Heim won stage 1. Zane Smith won stage 2.
Chandler Smith would do anything for a caution right now because he's a fast truck. That restart really hurt him, but he's been able to rally and just clears Eckes. Got Grant Enfinger in his sights.
That's crazy. Like that whole restart just was like this whole different sequence of events. Everybody got strung out now, and still Zane Smith is showing the way. He's going to bring it on here. We're looking at 2 to go.
Smith by a second over Majeski.
So yeah, Zane Smith has pulled out. It looks like he's going to win this race. He's been just dominant all day. He's at 105 laps, and we got 2 laps to go.
So that's a good call for that team.
That's good. Hopefully they learn something from that sequence of events. We need more out of DiBenedetto.
Here's a good look at Matty D. They had a brake issue in practice around qualifying and had to start at the rear of the field. And he said if we could just have a good, clean race, I think we could make something happen.
All right, white flag is in the air one more time around.
Final lap for Zane Smith on his way to a 3rd win this season. And the only absolutely. And the only driver with multiple wins this season, and he is doing it with an exclamation point tonight. And tip the cap to Ty Majeski. He's going to have a career best finish if he brings it home in that 2nd position.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But tonight it belongs
Zane
to
Smith wins at Kansas.
the winner at Kansas.
Execution.
Look at those smiles.
You gotta love those days, right, Mikey? When it's easy like that in a certain way, just don't take it for granted. You gotta put the effort forward.
I picked him. He was my pick to win. And guess what? I was right.
Continue to build to get better.
And Chris Lawson, the crew chief for Zane Smith, told me last week at Darlington, he said, if we can get out of here with a top 10, I'm going to be really happy. He said, because we're loaded for bear next week. We have got the truck that we really want for Kansas, and look what happened here.
I said it in the stream. I was like, Zane Smith's going to win tonight. And not only did he win, he fucking dominated.
The truck came to Kansas loaded for bear, as Vince said, and look what the results are.
And why did they do that? Because this track's in the playoffs later this year. This was a playoff type attitude that I saw right from the beginning with these guys.
Super impressive tonight. Zane Smith led 108 of the 134 laps. That's a
happy for that man.
He brought out the can tonight.
And early in this race, Corey Heim drove up there and drove around him. I was thinking, Zane's like, what is going on here? I don't understand how he could be that much better, but got the track position, got the lead, and just was dominant throughout the second half of the race.
Well, unfortunate for Corey Heim. The box score, you're going to look at it maybe later tonight or in the morning and see Heim in 33rd place, 10 laps off the pace, but not indicative of the speed that he had in that 51 truck tonight.
Definitely had the speed, definitely had the right lanes and the way that he was racing through some of the traffic. Just again, those mechanical
Zane Smith.
There's your winner.
Josh Sims is down there with the winner. Zane Smith, a 22-year-old from California, celebrating again tonight.
Zane Smith with a career high in laps led en route to your series-leading 3rd win of the season. What was the key for you in this dominant victory?
Yeah, really just an unbelievable truck. We obviously struggled there in the first stage, and I feel like I made the mistake last week with adjusting too much in the heat of day, and it wasn't right in the night, and we just executed greatly with this truck. This is our Vegas truck. I feel like this would have been an image of Vegas, what we've seen tonight, if I didn't get damaged early in the race there. But what a track record with Speedco and Love's, just so dang cool. That was one of my easier ones I've ever had to win, but that late race restart scared me a little bit. Good thing I didn't have another one there because I'm stuck in 4th, so sorry for the no burnout.
Well, Zane, you said you wanted that 1.5 miles to add to what you've done because you won on basically every sort of track. What does this say about you as a driver that you're winning at all these different type of tracks?
Yeah, I mean, the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series, and really all your career until you hopefully get to this level is all about building your resume, and that's what I'm trying to do the best I possibly do, and none of this would be possible without the great people.
See you later, man. All right, see you, Colt. I'll be live tomorrow for the Cup race at 2:45. The race is at 3.
And Bob Jenkins.
So that I'll be live for that.
Everyone on this 38 team is truly unbelievable. Probably the most fun I've ever had in my racing career this far.
Congrats, Zane. Jamie?
Well, for Ty Majeski, he says it's been a fun season. Career best finish, 2nd place tonight. You picked away at it, slowly made those improvements. You said it was close, though.
Nick will be here for that, so
We're really close.
that'll be fun.
We kept easing on the adjustments all night.
But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later. Thank you all for watching.